Hi everybody, I'm here with the Thrive team today and we want to talk about the season that we're in and the upcoming New Year's resolutions that you are possibly thinking about. And as we do at Thrive, we want to look at it from a different perspective. And so today we're going to be talking about intentions. And the basis of intention is similar to resolution, except that it's a little more multifaceted and gives you the opportunity to play with it in more experiential and more curious ways. So when you think about an intention, sometimes you think about that goal. You know, I want to make VP, or I want to get this certain kind of car, or I want to experience a certain thing. And there's an additional level to that, which is what's the essence underneath it? It's the why do you want that thing? And, you know, oftentimes that why boils down to a really simple concept of I want to feel better. I want to experience life in a more joyful way. You know, I want to drive that convertible Mercedes because I think it would feel so cool to feel the joy of the wind blowing in my hair. How am I going to feel inside when I achieve that goal? And so we're always wanting to share with you multiple perspectives on a topic, and we thought it'd be really fun to just go around the circle here today at Thrive and share with you how we use intention in our personal lives, because it's a concept that is really pervasive through everything we do in our organization, and yet there isn't one way to do it. There's so many different ways to do it, and the really important key to it is figuring out what your way is, and then practicing that way and figuring out how to explore with that in the way that makes sense to you and the way that you can apply in your day-to-day life. So we're going to just go around and talk a bit about intention today. So Judy, you want to go first? How do you use intention in your life experience?
Awesome. So I use intention through creation or in creation. I like to use it to figure out how I want to start my day, what I want to be doing throughout the day, what do I want. Kind of like you said before, it doesn't feel like a goal for me, but it's similar to a goal in that it's what do I want outside of myself that actually helps me feel differently inside. And so let's say I wake up in the morning and I'm going to put my feet on the ground and I'm going to start my day. I will stay in bed and figure out what my intention is before I actually even start my day, so that I can figure out how I want to navigate through the day, what do I want to experience. I have a perfect example. The other day I was laying in bed and I was like, I really don't want to do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And so I'm going to lay here and figure out what it is that I actually do want to do. And when I did it, it turned out to be very similar to what it was that I thought I didn't want to do. It was just I tweaked it a little bit and made it more in line with what was going to make me feel good. And it happened. I got out of bed, went through my day, and that intention happened. So it was a creation piece for me.
Awesome. You bring up the point of when we're able to sort of set that intention for where we think we're going to go, it gives us that guide throughout the day to know whether we're heading in that direction. Yeah. So it's a really nice way to sort of manage our moment-to-moment interactions with life, because we've already pre-paved. We've set that intention. We've set that direction for how we would like the day to unfold.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Lori, how about you? What's your expression of intention?
And mine's similar to Judy's in that I do plan my day, but I use my intention setting more as like a goal. So I actually do mine a little bit backwards. I set my intention to a goal. For instance, I want to be a New York Times bestseller, but then I bring it back to why. Why do I want to be a New York Times bestseller? How will that make me feel? You know, what's my motivation in doing that? And then I can realize my motivation to do that is because I want to help people. And why do I want to help people? Because I want everyone to thrive, first of all, but it makes me feel good too. So when I can bring it back to that level, then I can realize that I'm already doing that now. I'm already writing curriculum for Thrive. We're doing Thrive Thursday, where I'm already doing things that help people and make them feel better. So I don't need this external monumental goal to start feeling that now. I mean, I still do want to become a New York Times bestseller, but I can experience those feelings now.
Right. And what's so cool about that is then the goal isn't the answer. You take into consideration that a lot of times we get stuck in New Year's resolutions as in I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I lose the weight. I'll be happy when I have a partner. I'll be happy when I have children. I'll be happy when. And what you're saying is it's really cool to set a goal. Like, I have an intention of being a New York Times bestseller, and I'm happy right now as I'm experiencing every moment of the journey toward that intention.
And where am I already doing those things now? So it's not some, big monumental goal, but pieces of that, components of that, I'm already doing right now. And just noticing that, yeah, I am working toward that. Yeah, I am doing those things right now, and really owning that piece of it will help you get there. First of all, will help you get there much faster, but will also help you feel better in going toward your goal.
You get to enjoy the ride.
Right.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. How about you, Jen? What's your experience with intention?
For me, right now, I use intention as I live day to day. So similar to Judy, I wake up and I decide how I want to be in the day, and that helps me develop a mantra. So currently, I've been focusing on I am, or I am enough, because then that lets me know that I am loved and enough and doing what I can with what I have, where I'm at, as I do whatever I need to in life each day.
Yeah, and one of the things that I know about your journey, Jen, is you've gone from a really doing-based journey much more into a who am I going to be today, and in balancing that out, I know that you've used intention a lot to just be in that state of being and experiencing yourself where you are today, rather than just being so focused on the tasks that you lose sight of why you're even doing the tasks.
It's completely true, and it's really helped me become feel more productive and peaceful. So even when I'm not checking things off of a to-do list, what I am doing is being in the world, and I know that I'm making a difference as well in whatever I'm doing, and it's a much more peaceful way to go through the day.
Wonderful. Cool. Thank you. How about you, Shane? What's your experience with intention?
So with my intention, I like to use it as an examination tool for looking at the habits that I do have currently. So let's say, my resolution or whatever, my intention is to feel better, be healthier or whatever. It's a very general, kind of intention, but what habits tie into that I can look at so that I can continue on intentionally living in that way that I just chose. So, what am I eating? How am I being physically active? What am I doing that contributes to that? So examining those habits in order to, intentionally change the way I'm showing up in this example, just a healthy lifestyle kind of way.
So what I hear you saying in that is you use intention to help align the components of your HIOS so that your desire is being realized through everything that you're doing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
yeah.
as
It's not just, for example, it's not just I'm going to work out, 30 minutes 4 times a week,
right,
or whatever. Because as soon as I miss one of those, now I go into the whole
now you're not good enough.
Cripes.
Yeah,
now,
right.
I missed it. Now I'm going to do 5 times
Right.
next week. It just doesn't work for me.
Or worse,
So.
you're just not going to do it anymore.
Right. Abandon all hope.
Yeah,
right.
By January, whatever it is, 12th maybe if I make it that far. So.
Right. Well, you bring up a really important point about goals and why intentions are often more effective than goals, because when we do set a goal that is rigid in form, the minute that we feel off base of that,
Or
our
miss that
motivation,
day.
our motivation or enthusiasm around it often goes with the off day. Whereas if we have the intention of being healthy and feeling good, even if one day, we have a full day of parties and we eat cream cheese dip, 3 meals that day, that doesn't change the fact that, well, my intention is to be healthy and strong, and it gives us that opportunity to get right back into it rather than feeling like all hope is lost and I failed at my goal. My goal was to do this thing and instead I did this thing, and now I'm in this conundrum within myself, and now I'm not good enough, right? And
So now, not only have I not met my goal or my New Year's resolution, but now I feel really bad
now I
about
suck where I'm at
myself.
too, right? Right, and that's a lot of the point of this, is being able to move in the direction of something that I'm desiring while being good where I am, while appreciating who I am right now, while experiencing the stories that I'm in right this minute.
The other thing that I'm hearing in that is kind of the center point. It's that center point that the intention gives you that you can come back to. So when you're talking about the fact that, well, if I do it rigidly and I say I'm going to do 30 minutes 4 times a week versus, hey, I'm going to be a healthy person, and this is kind of what it looks like. And we always have that center point to come back to. Instead of thinking that we failed, we can just go back. And I think that that's super cool.
Beautiful. Thank you. How about you, Rachel? How do you like to use intention?
All right, I like to use intention prior to learning about intention in this capacity, I tended to be focused on goals and New Year's resolutions that were really outside of myself. And so it would be whether I wanted to gain recognition or validation of some form. And so I use intention setting now to bring it back to me and to get clear on my role within my intention and what I want, as well as how I am doing that thing for me. So instead of it just being, I want to become, the king of the world or queen of the world, what's underneath that, and how am I doing that for me? What else is there besides just that external piece, the external recognition, or whatever it might be, to bring it back to me, and what is it really for me, regardless of any of that, and what's my role in getting there? So very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we want to really invite you to begin playing with intention. And again, there's nothing wrong with setting those form intentions. If you really want the convertible Mercedes, heck yeah, go after it. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're also going to really encourage you to play with the why. Why do you want that? And how can you begin to cultivate that feeling in yourself right now today, so that you don't have to wait, so that you can feel really amazing and accomplished and proud and loving right here in this moment. And I think that's one of the primary ways that I really love to use intention. Is I've been on a mission to build a relationship with myself for a really long time, and I haven't always liked it. I have not always been nice to myself. I have not always been self-loving. And so even now, after being in the practice of self-love for a long time, most of my intentions come back to peace in my soul, and knowing that I'm good enough, and knowing that who I am is all I need to be. And it's so easy to compare, and I'm like, well, but I don't do that like Judy, and then I'm like, oh, not good enough. And so being able to reinforce that intention. And there really is a practice element to this. So it's really fun to play with intentions when you're starting out, and you're gonna see some really cool results. And it is a daily practice. And so maybe your intention is to play with intention, and when you forget, to come back to that intention, and how do I want to feel today? How do I want to experience this? Whether you're doing the dishes or giving a speech before Congress, I don't know, whatever you're doing, there is a way to be who you want to be in that story, and there's a way to experience those moments, whether they're dramatic or they're seemingly mundane and normal. Experiencing those moments in their fullest form and loving yourself while you're doing that is a really fun intention to play with. So our intention for you is, perhaps you'd like to play with intention. We would love for you to interact with us. Let's continue the conversation. Interact on the message board, on the video. Give us a comment. Give us a call. We've got some great things coming up to support you in the new year as you're building that intention within yourself. So we wish you just the most amazing and outstanding new year, and we will see you soon.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.